Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. This is Tom Fox again. I'd like to tell you about an exciting new tool, the NordLocker Business. NordLocker Business is an encrypted cloud storage platform for storing, sharing, and managing business data securely. Developed by cybersecurity experts, it ensures business files can be accessed anywhere and anytime, but only by authorized parties. NordLocker Business allows you to create a highly secure work environment where you can safely store sensitive data and share it with members of your organization and your business partners. Using the platform significantly improves your company's cybersecurity, no matter the industry or the size of your business. The product is a tool that can help you prevent data breaches and avoid unwanted data exposure. NordLocker Business is compliant with ISO 27001, it's HIPAA compliant, and GDPR compliant. For more information, go to nordlocker.com/creators and use promo code CPN. I know you will find it a great tool. The Daily Compliance News for July 6, 2023, the Corruption as Policy edition. And we begin with this story from the Intermountain, an online publication from West Virginia, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, who wrote an incredibly interesting op-ed piece by Laura Hollis, a syndicated columnist, which argues that corruption is not just about money, it's about policy. And her thesis is that corruption is about policy as much as it's about money, and that you have to change the position of policies to actually get to the corruption behind the scenes. So it's an interesting way to look at anti-bribery, anti-corruption compliance, because if you see corruption as policy, then perhaps there's a different approach, or a more aggressive enforcement approach, or a different approach to take. Next up, from Radio Free Europe, Unilever has joined the Ukraine Anti-Corruption Agency's list of war sponsors. This is hundreds of owners of international brands saying that while the war is going on, they will not support Russia's war machine. So Unilever joins the anti-corruption fight in the war Russia against Ukraine. Next up, from Business Insider, the Pakistani government made overnight changes in its anti-corruption law to make them more stringent, hours before the appearance of the former premier before the country's apex anti-graft investigation agency on a corruption case. So a strengthening of anti-corruption laws in Pakistan, even though perhaps it was done for political reasons. And our final story comes to us from AKIPress, another first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, that reports that the Parliament of Mongolia adopted a resolution on the approval of a national anti-corruption program. It was first approved back in 2016. However, this program was approved with 11 goals: leadership and transparency in the fight against political corruption in the country of Mongolia. So we welcome Mongolia into the brother and sisterhood of nations that have laws on the books fighting corruption and bribery, and we look forward to seeing how this progresses in that country. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.